popcorn.
Yep.
Hello, welcome to a Magician Friday Marketing and Magic Extravaganza special. How are you guys doing today?
Yeah, we just completely lost it with it's no longer Magician Friday. We just made up some other name for it. I
It's
don't know.
better. Magician Friday ain't getting enough traffic. No one's buying my products. I'll rename them too
You
to get
renamed your
rich quick
products.
steam. Yeah, I'm gonna rename them all to get rich quick steam. Maybe it'll catch more attention.
You're naming them to get rich quick.
Scheme, yes, all of them. Hopefully it'll get more views.
See, I'm not
Or
concerned about the fact that it's a misleading title. I'm more concerned about how you differentiate the products from each other. Because maybe I want the red or black version of Get Rich, or maybe I want the Magician Installation System Get Rich. But I won't know which one is which because they're all titled Get Rich Quick.
no, we're gonna keep the titles how they are. Don't worry. My name is Harrison Horton. Welcome to Magician Friday. It's been a while since the last one because I've been super busy doing gigs across the UK, weddings, some unfortunate incidents which I'm going to tell you about that may not be safe for work. So be prepared.
And how's it going? I'm Daniel Grimm, as you all know and are well aware of. But how's it going, everybody? Back again for another episode of Magician Friday. I have also been rather busy. I have my own college things to worry about, and I think college is my main excuse for everything. But we'll get through it.
It always is.
Yeah.
Rubbish excuse, by the way.
From what I've been hearing, you're actually taking classes right now. Am I right, Harrison?
Not classes. I'm doing magic classes for others at the moment, but I'm not in college at the moment. I'm doing some kind of training program, but I'll tell you more about that later in the month.
I see.
Mainly sort on marketing and business in general. Doing a lot of seminars and expensive training programs at the minute.
So that I'm aware of it, the classes for college in UK, do they have the same summer schedule where summer is not a class time and it resumes in the fall?
Yes, they do. We start in September.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any reason why you're eating popcorn, please do let us know.
Same reason you're eating cookies and milk. This is the late night edition episode. It says it in the title. So
Yeah, it's the late night movie episode of Netflix. No chill.
we're not going to Netflix and chill in this episode, so don't even suggest that. But if you are joining us right now, please say hi in the comments. That would be. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
Did you hear
as
that?
I said, there's some kind of incident going on outside. There's some protest going on, so just be aware of that at any second. Hopefully, Dan will not be a subject of said protest.
See, I believe it's fireworks going on right outside my house. Harrison believes it's some protest or terrorist attack. I don't know. Whatever it is, we'll find out on the news tomorrow, but it's probably fireworks. Spoiler alert.
Let's get right into the news.
You have to have like a bucket of popcorn to do that.
Nah, I use cookies.
Not qualified. I'm sorry.
Sorry, do I have to make you aware that I am eating cookies right now and that there is a cookie policy in place?
Ah, of course, the
Legally
Cookie Treaty of
obligated.
2016. I should have remembered.
Yes, yes, you should. Yeah.
So before you
So
guys
he's
get
eating
bored,
popcorn because of a video that I submitted and he has watched, which is from my brand new training program, the Hypnosis Uncovered, which is coming out in 2017.
sure, why don't you get a little more vague? That was a perfect explanation. Just get a little more vague and we got it spot on.
Sorry, early 2017. Does that a little bit better for you? Or do you just want it's coming out sometime in the future? I don't know.
And the reason Harrison Houghton is eating cookies right now is because a long chain in his ancestral family line is the Cookie Monster from Sesame Street that at some point moved to the UK to escape for a better life, because everybody knows Sesame Street is a terrible lifestyle. And so Harrison Haughton is descendant of one of these Cookie Monster type animals. And I guess he inherited the cookie addiction gene. As you can see, he can't stop eating it. He's got chocolate basically all over his face, but it doesn't matter, because the cookie, he gets the cookie, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, there's no cookies on my face. That's something that's
You look like you're rethinking your life right now. This blank
Not at
face
all.
you have.
I'm just aware of my surroundings, making sure that no one's awake because it's like 3 a.m. here.
Ah, that's right. This is the late night edition of Magician Friday, something that we have never done before, and I get the feeling we're never going to do it again. So the story behind
Yes.
why we're doing this right now, not only have we both been busy and we have been unable to stream for a few weeks already, we really wanted to get a stream together, but we also were trying to arrange for a guest to come and join us. I'm still unsure whether or not the guest that we intended to be a part of today's stream will join or not. I guess we'll find out in time. Hopefully he'll be able to make it. That would be awesome if he does, but we can't promise anything at this point because we are kind of in the dark about it. Partially one of my scheduling and organization problems, so I'll take the blame for that one.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, we just wanted a laid back episode where we eat popcorn and cookies and talk about Cookie Monsters or something, or how to get rich quick, or whatever it may be. So feel free to interact with us in the chat. Ask us any questions, make any comments. We'll respond to you, and feel free to say hi if you're here. We'd like to see who's watching right now at this time for statistical purposes.
I have actually a little bit of a schedule for today. I'm going to be reviewing a product which I have recently got my hands on, which I'll tell you more about soon.
As the camera slowly zooms in on the "Trust Me, I'm a Magician" shirt.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I'm going to be talking about a product which I recently have purchased called the Magic Master Summit, and we're going to go into detail of that and all the awesome content that you receive for a very, very small investment in the later part of this long and 14-hour long segment. We're going to try and break the British world record for the longest running live stream.
I'm hoping that's not this one, is it? Because it's late enough as it is for the both of us, not to mention tomorrow I'm going to have to wake up early. That doesn't work for either of us.
We'll see how long we can get to. I'm hoping to make at least the longest Magician Friday live stream. I think the longest is 10 hours so far. No, 4 hours. Let's see if we can get to 5.
You know what? I'm feeling in a sporadic mood. I feel like making a sporadic decision on impulse. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to host a contest right now. I'm going to call it Roast Daniel Grimm's Hair Contest. In the chat, before this stream ends, roast me. Roast my hairstyle. I want to see how good you can make it. Be creative. The most creative roast will win. I will get you either to feature on the next episode of Magician Friday, or perhaps...
Or you can win one of the other prizes. So the prizes are you can have a 30-minute coaching call. No, we'll do more than 30 minutes. 30 minutes ain't enough. You get at least a 1 hour, hopefully a 2-hour coaching call with me and Daniel, or just me if you just want me, which is what most people actually want. You can be featured on the show. You can have either Inside the Mind of Magic Mandan, which isn't currently released, Red or Black, or you can get a sneak peek into my brand new program, which is called Magician Installation System, and you'll have priority pricing on that, so you'll get a discounted pricing if you order. And you'll be able to have access to it before everyone else. So you make your choice. If you want any of the other products, such as the Become a Magician DVD or the Red or Black, you can get those as well. Roast Daniel's hair.
Yep. Be creative. I've already been called Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. I've already been called Mandark from Dexter's Laboratory. And I've already been told that Mr. Bean has a better hairstyle than me. And people have said my head looks like an acorn. So get creative. Be original.
You've even been told that you look like one of those kids from the wartime. You know, with the bowl haircut where you put a bowl on your head and you cut around it.
Yep. Exactly.
I'll tell you, my hair is getting quite long at the back. I'm due to visit the salon and the hairdresser quite soon, actually, just to get it a little bit shorter. Because it's not winter yet, so I don't have an excuse to grow it out.
I see.
Yes. I don't know why we're both eating. I mean, I remember at one point when you frowned upon me eating in your very, very pristine show. And now you just don't care anymore.
Well, we're literally breaking every single rule of the live stream in this particular live stream. So we may as well just break as many as we want. Go for a record.
Yeah, how many rules do we have? I forget. We don't have them written down, I don't think. Do you have a code of conduct?
It's more or less, yeah. We have late guests that we don't even know if they're going to show up or not. Honestly, we don't even know. We hope they do, but we don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
So if they do, that's the lateness. The stream itself starting late, that's a huge lateness.
Mm-hmm.
Eating. We're eating on stream. I'm sure there are other streamers that do that, because I was about to say, tell me any professional streamer that does this. I'm sure there's someone out there that does, and you're going to be able to find it, but we usually don't. I find that to be a little against etiquette, but oh well. I hope perhaps this gets you inclined to get a bowl of popcorn and join us with some snack.
I'll tell you what, we're going to do a contest. You got to pick cookies or popcorn. The loser is going to have to perform a terrible card trick. Cookies, if you're with Harrison. Popcorn, if you're with Mr. Grimm. Are you grim or are you awesome? Make your choice.
Making presidential slogans for yourself now, aren't you? Are you grim or are you awesome?
Possum? No, awesome.
Make Magician Friday great again.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I'm not American, so I can't run for president. And the fact I'm not 70 yet doesn't help at all, does it?
There's rumors. I can't say it's factual. It probably isn't factual. But there's rumors that our current president, Barack Obama, is not an actual American. He was not born in the country. I'm not saying it's factual.
Started by Mr. Trump.
So,
I believe he
wouldn't be the
posted his
first.
official. I believe he's an American citizen. Although he could
You're
be an
about to say
alien.
something about posting an official something. You're talking about his birth video, because I saw it. It was actually the first few minutes of Lion King. The circle
No, I'm talking about he released his birth certificate online. I believe.
No, I don't believe he actually did.
Oh.
He might have. Possible he did. But
No,
I
I
don't
just
remember
believe
that being
he
a
did.
thing.
I remember reading about it. That's all. Unfortunately, I should be in New York, Orange County right now, but unfortunately, I'm not there. I was supposed to attend a very expensive seminar for like 10 grand or something, but I can't be there because I've got a show to do this weekend. So that's unfortunate, and unfortunate for Dan.
And I'm sure the price being 10 grand also played a small factor into this.
No, it was more like 1,000 really. Maybe I over exaggerated it slightly, as I normally do. And no comments at all?
So far, there are none.
Oh
So
no.
you guys are missing your chance of winning the Roast Daniel Grimm's hairstyle contest.
Cookies.
You might win something if you try.
Cookies or
I said
terrible
try like
hair?
weird.
Cookies or ferret hair? Which one do you want? I'm gonna find an image which sums up your hairstyle. I think that this image will just sum it up perfectly. He's got exactly the same hair. It's just not as long at the back.
Okay, so filling in some dead time. I was about to move on to a tangent. Not really a tangent, but a conversation topic which I was going to plan to talk about this
Mhm.
episode. I really can't remember any.
Mhm.
What were some of the things I was going to talk about this episode? Because I remember I had a list. I remember one
I
of
don't.
them. So Harry Potter has a part 8 that came out. I'm sure
Yes,
you're
yes, the
aware.
book Cursed Child. Yes.
Being a Harry Potter fan, I'm guessing you have read it or
I've not read it all
in.
yet. I've started reading it. I'm about, I think, 3 or 4 chapters in. I just don't always have the time to read stuff. So this guy's hair just mimics you completely. Hang on. Can you see that?
Isn't that one of the guys from Smosh?
No, it's not. He's a UK comedian. That is just like your hair. Same bowl style.
I see. If this keeps going, guys, Harrison's gonna win. He's gonna win the contest. You guys gonna let that happen?
I'm gonna get a free 30-minute coaching call with Dan, which would be pointless to me. What do I need that for? And really, I'm not gonna need any of my own products. But I don't know. If I guess I win, then you gotta send me an electric touch in the post.
I can't afford my
That'll be
own. I'm
my
gonna send you
prize.
one also.
Yeah, either that or a Pyro Mini.
Hmm,
From Box Therapy can get one. You can get one. So yeah, I've not had a chance to read it. I really want to go and watch the play, but I've just not had time to go and watch it. I've got a couple of people who I'm thinking of going and seeing it with, but just not again the time because I'm always travelling around the UK and never in one place at one time a lot of the time. So a lot of the time these streams might be given and done through hotels or a campsite where there isn't a very good signal.
Speaking of, last week was actually one of those events where you were not even able
Yeah,
to stream
again,
because of your.
I wasn't on the map because I do a lot of like imagine famous artists who travel around in really big motor vehicles. What are they like RVs?
RVs, yes.
Imagine that, but on the small scale. When I'm doing my own shows, I travel around in that sometimes to save time. Because a lot of the time, again, it takes like a full day to get somewhere. And, there's not always hotels available at the premises because a lot of the time I'm working in converted barns on farms that used to be this, and not a hotel, just a venue. Or in a place where it's completely isolated and you can't even drive there. You have to literally walk there because it's surrounded by a boat of water, which can be the case in some occasions, particularly one where I got flew out by the private jet, which was quite irritating for me personally. So yeah, I'm gonna try and work on that for you, but I had a busy weekend. I'm gonna talk to you about the gigs that I did last week a little bit later.
I see. See, you know how I know you've been watching a lot of Darren Brown? When you start talking in a monotone voice the way he does. It's like the way you speak, you're trying to hypnotize the entire audience watching the stream right now. Quite frankly, I would not be surprised if you succeed. You actually might.
Well,
I hope that doesn't scare anyone away.
speaking about hypnosis, there is a product which I'm been working on and spending a hell of a lot of time called the activation switch. This is groundbreaking technology that has not been discovered yet. It's a way of allowing someone to enter a state of trance and you can basically implement a suggestion or have them do an action, and it will last between 30 to 200 days on my current research. I'm going to tell you more about that real soon. It's super secret at the minute. If you want to be interested, or you want to be one of the beta testers and the first to get that information out, reach out to me. And if you qualify, I'd love to tell you the secrets.
I'm definitely excited personally how this turns out, because I'm
Mm.
aware of some of the things that we're testing, and I actually am also assisting in this research process. I
Yeah,
gotta
as
say,
I said,
I am genuinely interested and genuinely excited to see where this goes and where this leads. This is a
yeah, as I said,
pretty,
I've shared with the basic stuff with you so far, but there's so much which I haven't shared with you yet, which is recorded, which I can't wait to share with you. But I just got to do a little bit of my own research on it and just test out. Because the last time I did this 30 to 200 day thing, it was quite a while ago. So I just want to reevaluate that and check the time scale and that sort of stuff. I'm also working on a couple of other experiments, which I don't want to disclose at this time with hypnosis due to more compliance and really creating long-term relationships with people.
that was not as vague as I had wanted it to, because I actually wanted this one not to be as direct. But yeah, I guess that gives them something to look forward to.
Yeah, so there's some of the things that I've been working on, but I'm glad that you're noticing that I have sort of implemented a different tonalities into my voice at the moment, and that's a good thing.
Yes.
Fantastic. So anyway, on to the rest of the show. What have you been up to this week, apart from being sleeping your head off?
Sleeping. I wish I can get more sleep. The college applications is one of the most time-consuming things I'm doing right now. And for those that know, I keep talking about college all the time. I'm in the state where I'm transferring from undergraduate college classes to the graduate program. For those that don't know, the way the American college system works is the first 4 years is called the undergrad. It means you're basically in 13th grade, 14th grade, and 15th grade, etc. Same thing everyone takes, generic classes like English, and social studies, and history, etc. But once you get past those 4 years and you get a degree, which I believe is the bachelor degree, yes, it's the bachelor degree after the first 4 years, associates is after 2 years, then you get to apply to the next however many years you're going to require to be in college for the graduate program. This is where you learn the material for the program that you are under. Physical therapy, nursing, pharmacy, art, film, whatever your major is. This is where your classes are specialized under your major. So me being in a
Another
physical therapy
reason
major,
to attend UK college, because you get straight into whatever the hell you want to learn without having to do 5 years of your entire life learning absolutely useless nonsense.
that's true. And isn't the UK college free also? That is UK
College is, university isn't. I think it starts from about, I think it's like 1,000 per semester, no, maybe 10,000 a semester, something like that. But again, you're going to get directly into learning it instead of wasting 2 years of your life learning stuff that aren't going to apply to you at all. Unless you're doing like politics where you need humanities. You go straight into medical training.
See, this is annoying. For me, it's like I'm applying to school all over again. It is its own separate application process. Even if your graduate classes are in the same college as your undergrad, you still have to apply. You could still be rejected for graduate even though you're in the same school for undergrad.
Really?
Yeah, you could still be rejected. There's still a possibility. But I'm actually curious. You just talked about college and university in the UK. How are college and university different for?
So college is like it's like free. It's like after you finish high school, if you don't qualify for university, it's not something you thought about or want to pay for. You go to college for a couple of years. You can go to your college for until you're 19 or until you're like 20. Basically, college is completely free. So it's free education. You actually have to stay in education until you're 18 in the UK legally. They're trying to up that to I think like 25 or something stupid, so that no one can work. But yeah, that's what you're recommended to do, and you have to do that legally in the UK. So you stay till you're 18. Then after that, if you enjoyed it and you progress, you can move on to either a university or something like that. A university, then you go to the university, you pay for the university. Most courses start at about 2,000 a year, 2,000 a semester in most cases. But when you get into the medical studies, it's like, like you have the really, really cheap places which are like 2,000. That's like the starting point, and then you can go all the way up to 10,000, 20,000, and 50,000 if you want to go to Cambridge and stuff like that, depending on where you want to go. But the
I
Oxford and the
see.
Cambridge, they're normally the most expensive.
So the way I'm understanding it, the undergraduate college for us is the equivalent of college for you, and our graduate program is your university.
Yeah, so we get undergrad for free, basically.
I see.
But I did business at my college. I did that for a year, and it's normally a 3-year program. But I just chose to do 1 year, and then I finished that, and now I'm doing magic full time.
So you finished classes altogether now.
Yeah,
Oh, I was unaware of this. Congratulations.
yeah, I passed.
Awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate your slow clap, no standing ovation. No,
Standing ovation. Wow, okay. Well,
thank you very much. I appreciate it.
no, seriously. I mean, graduations here in the US, especially certain parts of the US, like especially New York City, they're not as common as you'd expect them to be. I was grown up with a mentality that graduating is the norm, that graduating college, well, not even college, just public school in general, just in your case, grade school, that was the norm. But you'd be surprised how high the percentage of people that drop out or don't finish is here in the US,
Hmm.
especially New York.
I'm just thinking about if I'm paying 10 grand to attend college, why would I waste it? There are people again who doss about who, are gone for free or whatever, but you're getting it for free, so make the most of it. When it costs you 10 grand, if I waste it, I'd be very annoyed, and I think my parents would want to kill me.
That is true.
Even though it's not their money to begin with. They take responsibility as if it is their money. But yeah, it's kind of the path that they want you to follow. It's the mediocrity path, as I like to call it. It's just what everyone else does, and the market's going to be flooded. And I think that you think you're going to have that grade, you're going to be able to get a job. I guarantee that you're going to struggle to find a job as a physical therapist because there's going to be too many physical therapists to go around. Unless you open your own physical institution or you're training another physical therapist, I think you will struggle.
Ironically,
Unless you're good at marketing.
what you just mentioned is actually the exact same story with pharmacists. Pharmacy is the number one medical career, which I guess in the UK, I think it's called chemist. For us,
Yeah.
it's the pharmacist. So chemists, the chemists. That was loud on the mic. So basically, for you chemists, for us pharmacists, is the number one major in science and health that is being pursued right now. There are going to be way more pharmacists out there than there are pharmacies. So too much supply, not enough demand. What are all these extra leftover pharmacists going to do? That's the
Yeah.
problem.
This is what I'm completely saying to you. And in terms of you being a physical therapist, I think the same thing might happen in terms of that. Because there's going to be too many physical therapists because a lot of people are going to want to take that up. And there's already a lot of them at the minute, so the demand is high. Unless you can make yourself different among the market and either become the best in your field where you're going to be the highly paid in the 100 grand a session or whatever, you're either going to struggle to find the work, or in case you're a very good marketing and salesperson, I think those skills are going to be, seriously required in order to make yourself stand out from the rest of the competitors. Unless you have your own place or you're training other physical therapists. If I was you, I'd probably become a physical therapist, build up my business, and then build a business teaching other physical therapists how to build their business, and then charge them 10 grand each. But that sort
That's
of gives you an idea.
totally why we call the college education system here a business, because it literally is. It's a business. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
You
Just a way of
basically
making money.
pay. Yeah. You pay
pay
for a
to
piece of
learn
paper
nonsense.
that says certified with a check mark.
I mean, a lot of the minute popular at the minute is something called Open University. Sorry about the music, it's cheesy. Open University, and Open University is basically where you attend college, and it's all done through the computer, and you train everything through the computer, just like online training. And that's becoming more popular because of the low cost of entry, and you can get almost equivalent to grades that you can achieve at college and university now.
What you're referring to, we call in the US here online college, which is actually a thing. It's been around for a long time, online college for us. And it just so happens that somebody very close to me is taking online college currently, and we talk, and I kind of pretty much get the experience. I understand what their experiences are with it. There are pros, and there are many cons as well to taking online college.
Okay.
The professor being one of them. If your professor is not the nicest professor, or a very vague professor that doesn't specify certain instructions, and grades very harshly, you can't do much. You can't physically talk to them, and get good luck contacting them and getting in touch with them. Good luck. That doesn't happen. You have to hope that they will respond to their direct messages or whatever system it is they work with there. They don't have to. A lot of times they don't. And more importantly, you have to hope they respond in time. There's a due date you have a problem with your project, the date itself or whatever, they're probably not going to respond in time. Not going to happen.
I don't know if that's different in the UK, but in the UK I think they're more regulated and they have to respond to you, or you get, a person. I mean, for example, I attend college. Not only do I have my professor, but I have someone who looks after me and makes sure that I'm all right in terms of, understanding everything, time management, and other things like that, and they actually support everyone else in the group. So there's an independent person as well as the actual college professor. It's like a tutor, basically. I don't know if you have that sort of thing where you are.
I know for a fact in public education we have something called a guidance counselor, which is this individual that pretty much assists and guides students on the right path to pursuing their education goals. And it can get personal as well. They have to have a degree in psychiatry. Sometimes people might have issues that prevent them from studying on their education and focusing. So guidance counselors must speak with the individual and help them if it so requires. Now, in my college, LIU, we have this thing called the Success Coach, which is kind of like a guidance counselor, but it's really not, because they kind of remove the whole psychology aspect of it. They're just there to tell you what you need and what is required of you, and nothing more. And I think your camera froze. You are most likely experiencing technical difficulties. So in the meantime, while Harrison is experiencing technical difficulties and cannot join back until he gets those fixed, we're going to talk about a product review. I can't believe it's been, how long into the stream? And we only just started talking about product reviews. It's been a little bit of time. So, that light. Like, light. It's off my chin. Anyways, the product we're going to be talking about today is called, I shall find it. Harrison has left the call. For those of you who don't know, you probably do know, because if you watch, you would see that the calls that we do here is hosted on Google+. very non-flushed out system that still requires a little tweaking because it's not completely glitch free. Here we go. The product is called Pinky Thing by Nick Locapo, I believe. I think the name is pronounced Nick Locapo. I apologize if I am mispronouncing it. I don't intend to mispronounce it, of course. Pinky Thing. Okay. I'm sure you've seen a trailer of this by now somewhere, whether it's in your email that you've signed up on a list for, Penguin Magic, somebody performing it, etc. It's been getting some hype lately. What is the Pinky Thing? I don't know if I can describe it without actually performing it. You actually need to see a performance of it to understand what it is. You're doing something weird with your pinky, where it makes it seem as though you're removing the pinky or making it vanish, and you put it back. There are multiple ways you can perform the effect. You can make it seem as though your pinky is coming off, and you're putting the pinky back on. You can make the pinky vanish altogether. Many ways of going about it. When I saw the effect, when I watched it, okay, this requires some dexterity. You do need some finger dexterity to pull this off, but not much. And when I saw what was required of this to pull this off, I looked at it and I went, does this really work? Supposedly, this effect fries both magicians and laymen alike, and is supposedly a reputation maker. But I was unsure of that. I really don't know. I've tried it a few times. I've tried it on a few people. Very small control group that I know very well, because I didn't believe it worked. I really did not believe it worked. And I still don't, to be quite frank. Because even though it does work, it's not really as impressive as it could potentially be. It's not this grand, amazing effect that everyone makes it out to be. Let me show you what it looks like, essentially. I'm going to sign up for this, just like I did when I was doing the standing ovation for Harrison. Speaking of, he's still not back. I wonder what these technical difficulties he's experiencing are. Oh, and as I said that, he actually returns. So essentially,
there was a metric, like just amount of nonsense right now that just stopped me from being able to join due to my storage capacity on my phone. I had to go deleting all my favorite apps like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, everything just gone. Just so we continue this call.
I see. Oh, by the way, as a word of warning, this could be a tip that might be helpful in the future. The Facebook app is a very data-consuming app. It requires a lot of memory on your phone. You probably should delete it because you can use the browser, and in my opinion, the browser is better than the actual app. So I would just use Facebook through the browser and not have so much data taken up.
It is useful though with notifications and stuff, but yeah.
Possibly. But yes, we are essentially... Depends how rich you are. So essentially, we are talking about the Pinky Thing by Nick Locapo currently.
Okay.
So essentially, the effect looks a little something like this. I was standing up to show the effect. Apparently, you begin by having your hands inspected, so your spectators can ensure that your hands are completely empty, no gimmicks, nothing involved. And as they watch, I will make sure this is in frame, that this can be seen. What you do is you essentially go ahead and you just like that, and then you just put it right back. The Pinky Thing.
That's the Pinky Thing.
Yep, that's the Pinky Thing. Doesn't it seem so lackluster? Doesn't it seem like something that was just overhyped when you saw it on Penguin Magic or wherever, whatever newsletter you signed
I
up
could
to.
just imagine like a big trailer of like you do that, and then you see a cut to generic reaction of people freaking out.
Exactly. Yes, that is exactly what the trailer looked like. So what you literally saw is the entire effect. That was the entire effect. That's what you get. That's what you learn. That type of thing. Now, is this amazing Holy Grail effect that will fry
No.
both magicians and spectators?
Yeah.
Probably not. It works, like I said. I'm surprised. I'm so surprised that it even gets that far. It does work. It does seem like you're making your pinky vanish or pulling it off, whichever method you decide to use, whichever performance you decide to put on. However, it's not... Let me put it this way. The spectators, no matter how good your magic is, unless it is the perfect Holy Grail effect, they will think it's a trick. They will think it's fake. That's why I don't use the word trick in my vocabulary, because I don't do tricks. I do magic, regardless of the spectator thinking, there's something behind it, there's some trick behind it, there's some secret. Come on, tell me this is not the same thing as this. It looks like the same. I lost my finger is removed. It's everybody knows how to do this. So when you vanish your pinky and when you take it off, put it back on, they're looking at it and they're going, yeah, no, you're doing something with your fingers.
I'm
It's
just
gotta be
thinking,
something.
rather than doing that, why don't you just do this? Because this gets so many great reactions when I just twist my finger like that. That gets people freaking out and going crazy.
The Darren Brown thing, or
No,
something that's
I
where
think
we go.
it's
That, right?
yeah. It's just completely messes with people. People actually, and sometimes they hear it crack it like that, and it just freaks them out completely. And I love to do it as like a warm up. Say, let me just warm my fingers up, and you know people are gonna scream. It's fantastic. Much stronger reactions. I think that would be more of the reactions in the trailer compared to the.
It's interesting. See, now that I'm thinking about it, this actually might have a place in my repertoire, now that I really think about it. A friend of mine, who was once my former mentor, he has this routine of multiple effects compiled together in which he convinces the spectator that he is missing body parts, that he is not a complete human.
I wonder what he's missing.
He begins by showing that he's got no nose. He actually literally has no bone, like the hard bone that goes above our cartilage. He doesn't have it, so his nose is squishy. He's like, I have no nose. He goes on to say, I have no neck, and he does rope through neck.
Yeah.
He's got this whole routine like that.
No ears.
I could do that.
Rope through ears.
I could say, oh yes, he does. Actually, you're right. That's exactly what he does. He does the finger through ear, the thumb through ear thing. He says, I have no ears. So I can actually perhaps make my own version and add this to it.
I'm thinking of a trick, but I
have
don't
no
know
pinkies.
what I'd do with it. I don't know how you do that trick, but I'm thinking of a trick. I've thought of a body part. I'm just thinking of the trick. So.
Oh, come on. Well.
Also, I'm thinking about the Donald Trump statue that was spotted in New York, in California. That's got no balls.
Well, actually, there is an individual that I've seen perform an amazing effect, which I didn't even want to look into. His name is Fakir Limbad. He's Indonesian, and he actually appeared on Scam School once. He has this effect where he sits a person down of a male gender. He has another spectator feel the area between his legs.
Oh God.
And confirm how many testicles he feels. He will then do a magic motion where he does something. I don't know what he does, but essentially he makes a testicle vanish. He
What
actually,
the hell?
Fakir Limbad has this
What?
routine where he makes a testicle vanish and then reappear.
No, that's just a little bit too much. I feel like I'm watching some not safe for work film by the time this sort of thing happens.
I didn't even want to
Okay.
look into it. I don't care.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not balls, no. But you could say that I got no balls, I guess. That suits with your theme, if that's what you're going for.
So we'll stick to vanishing pinkies. We'll leave it at that. So, pros. It is impromptu. Everybody knows I love impromptu stuff. Love it, love it, love it. This is impromptu. Great. Love it. Is it amazing? No. I've done it to 2 people so far. 1 layman, well, 2 laymen, and a magician. And I think you know who the magician is. Both of the laymen looked at it and go, okay, cool. They just brushed it off like it was nothing, because of course they probably associate it with the missing thumb thing. And of course the magician says, yeah, it's missing something. So, it's cool. It's a nice little thing to add to your repertoire. You can definitely add it, but is it reputational? No. Is it amazing? Not really, but it's cool.
It's average.
It's a cool little thing. I'll give it that. Out of 10, we'll give it 7. It does what it is. It is what it is, but it's nothing impressive. It's just
So
cool.
basically, instead of buying it, get one of our products
It's a throwaway
instead.
effect.
So throw it
It's a
away,
throwaway
get
effect.
something better.
Not really. Use it, but don't expect much of it.
Leading on to that thought, I have a pack of cards here. I believe I've reviewed them before for you guys. These are my Tragic Royalties. They're some of my most favourite cards. And today is the return of the Magic learning procedure. So we are going to teach you something right now. I'm going to teach you. We've taught you the spring. We've taught you how to vanish a coin, how to make a coin jump, I believe. Right now I'm going to teach you this move, which is to take a card and to make it vanish. Watch closely right here. Ready? Watch 1, 2. Watch 1, 2, and 3. And you can literally just make a card vanish and then make it reappear. I'm going to teach you that after. That's going to be in the next segment, so stay tuned. We're going to teach you that real soon. In the meantime, you've told me about your week. I want to tell you about my week. So it started off on the Monday. You know, I did a gig. I did just a small event. It's not really worth talking about because there was nothing fun about it, just a usual show. Just wanted to get out of there as soon as possible, really. Then after that, on the weekend, on the Saturday, I did a gig. I set off on the Friday evening at about 12 p.m. in the afternoon. We got there for just about 6 o'clock. We got there, we set up, you know, I set up the trailer or whatever. We sat down, set the tent up, set my little studio up, where I did the last interview with Joshua Nobido. If you've not checked it out, go and watch it. It's an awesome sort of thing. I want to get him back on our show sometime in the future, for sure, because that was really good. So I went there, we went there, had a walk around, met a couple of people, had a couple of meetings which I had planned in that sort of area because they were nearby. Went for the wedding, always appear early. I got there 10 minutes before the gig started. It was pretty nice weather. I'm in my suit. And the first trick I do, someone tells me that my flies are down, so I'm panicking like crazy. I'm sure that I checked that my flies were not down. I then later checked and I thought, no, they are up, so he's trying to bully me, basically. So my flies were not down. There was nothing wrong in that sense. Belt was fastened, stuff like that. But he's telling me that I'm wrong. Then someone shuffles the cards. I do magic for a while to a bunch of difficult to handle spectators, at least for a beginner, to say the least. Perform to them for a while, do some magic, and of course you get the usual. Can you put your card in the middle, push it in? You know, all the all the dirty references that you can expect from the sort of college sort of group who may be in their 40s and 30s. So you don't expect it at all. Went and did the gig for a while, walked away from that table, and I walked around the rest. I did some magic for a while. That went fairly well, got used to the room, my confidence built up, started walking around with a bit more, confident stuff, walked around, and I walked to a table, and a guy came behind me and almost tried to spoon me, which I got quite irritated by. The same guy who was kind of flirting with ladies and stuff. Yeah, apparently he's gay, which I later found out. So I was worried for my life. Anyway, so I'm trying to do magic. I noticed him behind me and said, "I'm sorry about that. I know you care about your personal space." I'm like, "Hell yeah, don't do that, dude. I'm working." So then he challenges me, and a guy interrupts what I'm doing to show me some magic with his little red balls. So he gets out his little red sponge balls, does a sponge ball routine, in which I make his sponge balls disappear, and then I make a joke saying, "Look, I've got bigger balls than you. My sponge balls are bigger than yours," which everyone laughed at him for trying to show off, because his balls were actually smaller than mine. Because you pay extra, you get the bigger ones. So I did some more magic for a while, and then I got asked, what's your favourite trick? Make a card appear nice, all that sort of usual stuff. And the same guy who spooned with me actually sat down, and he started trying to insult me. So I just left, did a bit of magic, got my own back on him. He lost, everyone laughed at him. Good day. Moved on to the next table, did some more magic. Had a girl following me around, a little kid after balloons all the time, so I made some balloons for the kids, made some dogs, I made some swords, and some other things. And they started using the swords to replicate, let's say, phallus objects, which they then held between their legs and simulated certain actions with women on the dance floor. One point, a guy stripped off and took off his shirt and was topless, to a point where he was just literally in his boxers and was again simulating certain actions. That's the first time that this has ever happened at a wedding before, but it has of course happened at stag do's, also known as bachelor parties. So this was quite an unusual event for me, due to the fact that this never normally happens at weddings. As Dan mentioned earlier, etiquette is normally acquired for weddings in particular, but not in this instance. So I continued performing magic as I waiting, just watching the hours tick by, hoping that it would get to 11 o'clock so I could go home and leave this hellhole. While that happened, I was just there waiting, watching them all simulate certain actions, making certain unpleasant noises, as you can probably imagine. And then he finally puts his shirt back on and puts away his massive belly, which made me feel a little bit better inside. And everyone started getting dressed back up. So Harrison's happy, he runs behind drinking his water, and before you know it, I've drunk 4 pints of water. So I go to the bar and get another, at which point I'm interrupted by the same guy from earlier, and he says, "I want to apologise for anything that I said to you. It's just who I am. Just know if you come over here, I'm going to take the mick out of you again." I say, "Listen, pal, you can try all you want, but you know that I'm going to win. You didn't take the mick out of me. Everyone was laughing at you." He said, "Yeah, I totally respect that, man. What I do, this is his words, I try and give magicians shit and see if they can take it. If they're a good magician, they'll take the shit. If they're a shit magician, they're not good. So well done. You still did the magic well, and you defended yourself from when I tried to rip you to pieces. But you need to walk with more more image. You don't look like an important person at first until I started talking to you and I saw your confidence." Thinking, well, one, I'm at a wedding. I don't have a clue where I am. It's the first time visiting the venue. 2, you come up behind me and start spooning me almost, which kind of worried me for multiple reasons. 3, I'm trying to perform magic and interact with the guests while you're trying to throw me off and the guy's trying to show off his red balls. So it's very difficult to do multiple things at once. At the end of the time, he ended up buying a DVD from me. I got him to like my Facebook page and I got on my way. into which I made some more balloons for the little girl. Made some more balloons for her, and as you can guess what happened with the balloons? They started using them as phallus objects again. So I stuck all the balloons that were already existing to the ceiling so no one could take any. And they all took chairs trying to reach to the ceiling to try and grab any balloons that they could touch. So it was a very, very surprising event, to say the least. Yes.
Okay, this one deserves a standing ovation. Oh, that's definitely a stream highlight right there. Definitely. I could never come up with a story if I tried, like the one you just told me.
It's all true. I didn't record
you
any
had fun.
footage because it wasn't safe. You know, people were topless. I didn't want to like get sued or something. Like, people would think it's sort of like an adult film. The only worst thing, it was like, I don't know if you have ladies' nights. I got booked for one ladies' night in my entire life, which I did an hour, and then I went home because I was like 14 or something at the time, even though I lied and said I was 18 or 17 or whatever. But I went there. And the ladies' night was basically they had butlers in the above, which are basically people with their topless. Loads of girls, they pay about £10 each. They had a stripper, and then they had basically a sex party. Like they do like simulate sex actions, things like that. And then they sell sex toys at the end and give them away as prizes. It's a thing called Ann Summers. It's like an organisation that do it. And this was worse than that. That I knew what I was getting into. This I thought was just a usual wedding. Boy, it was nothing like that. And it was strange because everyone was in suits and I didn't see it coming at all.
You know, that you mentioned it, that is kind of interesting to think about. Somebody or a group of people in suits and official clothing for a well-dressed event that you expect to be super formal to just snap into that whole shenanigan of the situation that you described.
You can't imagine being there. It was pure agony. I was waiting for the hours to tick by so I could go home. As I said, I drunk about 5 pints of water. It would have probably been vodka if I wasn't A, underage, and B, drunk. But then if it was vodka, I could be the risk of me actually ended up within the crowd and never ended up going home or being paid. Luckily, it was paid in advance, so I didn't have to find the boss afterwards, which was a task in itself, because before I leave, I like to greet people goodbye. He was in the middle of a chair dance, so he's there, again, not naked, but sort of like on the floor with a balloon in his mouth, simulating certain actions. I'm waiting for him to leave the circle of people so I can say goodbye and go home. But it's something that never seemed to happen. So I was waiting about an extra 10 minutes after I'd finished just to say goodbye to him, which took forever. And then as I was leaving, people started asking for more balloons and more tricks, and I'm like, nah, just carry on with your goddamn chair dance. Carry on with your chair dance, or whatever the hell you want to do with the balloons. I'm not doing any more balloons. If you want, you can get the ones that are stuck to the ceiling. Bye-bye. Not only that, people were trying to steal props from me, such as, the guy went in my pockets and the same guy who from earlier who, I told you came up behind me, also went in my pocket and started moving his hand up and down while he was apparently searching for something I had, as well as trying to steal certain props and wallets from me. So this was a very, very... I was very cautious, to say the least. Not to mention all the people that were hitting on me when I'm in a professional environment. So it was not an ideal gig, as you would say. So be prepared for these things. There's plenty more stories like this. If you're enjoying this, make sure you get the Magician Installation System, because I got hundreds and thousands. Every single performance I do, I record a video of stories just like this, and they're so entertaining.
That's true. At least you had fun.
I didn't have any fun.
I mean, at least, look,
They had fun. At least I got out of there.
I'm trying to be an optimist here. Just work with me. At least, I don't know. At least it was unique. It was different. It was an experience. It was
something.
Yes, it was something.
It was something. It was something I don't want to happen for another long time. And I think I need to add a clause in my contract that says no wild, crazy sex parties. Extra £4,000. One good thing did come out of it. I got an inquiry of a guy who wants me to go to his wedding in Portugal, but I'm tempted not to do it simply because I know it's going to be exactly the same style of party. And two, if I don't know if he's serious and he's actually having a wedding in Portugal, or if he was just wasting my time.
Do you remember that hashtag? Hashtag waste his time 2K16.
No.
Somebody should turn this into one of those.
Yep.
Hashtag waste his time 2K16. Told him to meet me in Portugal. Didn't show up.
Hashtag unfortunate performance. Get that trending, guys. It's not a new drug, I can tell you. So that, I don't know. I mean, that's left everyone speechless. But that's my story of the week.
A very entertaining one. I'm actually glad we got to hear that.
I'm glad to get it all off my chest.
I wish I had another bowl of popcorn, because that would have been most fitting at that opportune time.
Very true. Very true. Keep watching, guys, because I'm still going to review a product which is going to change your magic and take it to the next level if you can't currently afford the Magician Installation System, which is a steal, but it's not even released yet, so you might struggle to get it. But until that's out, I'm going to be discussing something which is going to probably take your magic to the next level, and maybe even, you know, sort of like teach you a lot that you may not even know. I mean, Dan's even learned a lot from this thing, because, you know, Dan obviously got a copy as well, a review copy of it, and, you know, it's awesome. We're going to talk about it real soon.
Furthermore, the contest called Roast Dan's Hair is still ongoing. So
Is there
if you
anyone
think you
watching?
can roast my hair and
Have we
come up
got
with
any
some
viewers at
original
all?
discs, much less than usual.
More than at least 0?
Yes.
More than at least 2?
Are we really counting views on a stream?
Yeah, I want to know.
So as I was saying, roast Daniel Grimm's hair. Again, I've been called Mandark. I've been called an acorn. I've been called
A ferret.
I guess, supposedly.
A raccoon.
I've been called the lead guy of Dumb and Dumber, for crying out loud.
So why haven't you done anything about it?
What do you want me to do? Go to apply and audition for the next Dumb and Dumber movie?
Either that or go bald.
Because I'd rather be Dumb and Dumber than bald.
Yes.
That's why.
Okay.
And I'll show you exactly why that is. So, I've been practicing... before I continue, I hope you do realize your camera has malfunctioned halfway through your story and is now showing your profile picture rather than actually you.
It's crashed again, has it? God damn.
I
Let me
mean,
know if it comes on now.
I can still hear you. It's just your profile picture
Okay, what I'll do,
is
I will rejoin you, tell your story.
and he left. Okay. See, this is what I was talking about earlier about how Google Plus hosts this call. So if anybody here has any power in Google Plus whatsoever, please fix it. Please get the guys who can fix it to fix it, or if you can somehow fix it. As you can tell, a majority of the episodes have been encountering errors, and this is another one of them. So get your shit together, Google Plus. Come on. And he's back.
What's going on with Google Plus? What was your rant about?
The fact that we get errors like this all the time on a consistent basis, and it really shouldn't be a thing.
No, you need to fix this, man. It's destroying us. I'm still so depressed about the story I just told you.
Oh yeah, I was talking about why I'm Dumb and Dumber. Okay, so there's a thing called the human blockhead. I've been practicing this thing called the human blockhead. So
Don't try this at home, kids. You will die, literally.
obviously, don't try this at home.
Unless you're a trained idiot like Dan over here.
It's not the first time you've used this line. But essentially, Q-tip.
It's not a Q-tip over here. It's an earbud.
Earbud. See, earbud.
Yeah, we don't call it.
This is an earbud.
No,
These are
that's
called
a headphone.
earbuds.
The headphones.
Headphones are the ones that go over your head.
No, they're both headphones. They're earphones, actually. Sorry.
These
They're
are headphones. These
They're
are what?
earphones. They're
You
headphones.
just said these are earphones.
No, yeah, they're earphones. And they're earbuds.
See, this is why, even though we're both speaking English, there's still language barriers. But then again, I'm not really speaking English, I'm speaking American.
Yes.
Thumbs up
No,
if you get the reference.
Our money's not in pounds, you know.
Oh, that must be heavy. That must be really heavy for you guys.
It is.
That must be a strain on your back, bro.
when I'm carrying £10 at the bank, it weighs a lot.
Man, I weigh 115 pounds. That's like almost
That's like
1/10 of my weight.
Yeah, it's like what's that? It's my hourly rate, so it takes a lot to carry it. So that's why I do deposits. So they just deposit it outside my house. It makes it easier. Then I take it to the bank in my car. So the earbud.
Fine, it's an earbud. Or Q-tip if you're in America. Yep. I'm just going to continue the rest of the episode like this.
I thought you were going to put it all the way in, but that's kind of disappointing.
I mean, I do need something to grip onto.
Tweezers?
To pull it all the way.
No, that's not. You're going to lick it as well.
Oh, yeah, see, I thought that was blood, but it's not.
Ah. That's like the 10th time you've done that joke. I think. Stop being funny after the first.
So, that's why I'm Dumb and Dumber. However, I've been doing some of my own personal developments with the human blockhead effect. Essentially, uh, a very famous magician, at least one that we respect highly, is called Kieran Johnson, and he does
Good friend
the
of mine.
quickest, what was that?
Good friend of mine.
Yes, yes. He does the quickest human blockhead routine I've ever seen, and he uses it as a throwaway effect, which, by the way, he probably shouldn't. Pulls off his glasses, sticks the arm of the glasses in his nose out. Just a bit too
He
fast,
does
but I
it really
noticed.
fast. It's so quick.
Yeah,
I've seen it live like 5 times.
but I've noticed part of the reason why he's able to get the glasses in so deep, so quick, is because of the curvature at the end of the glasses, the end of the arm. There's a curve in it, kind of like a hook. And if you know famous magicians such as Ryan Stock and other geek magicians that actually do piercing and carnival stunts, there is a thing where they take a hook, stick it in their nose, get it to come out of their mouths, kind of like the condom challenge. Except, actually, the human blockhead with rubber balloons. Yes, that is actually one of the origins of the effect. It can be done with hooks too if they're shaped correctly. But I figured out on my own that if you take one of these, uh, what do they even call these? Essentially, it's one of those zip ties. Not a zip tie, but it's a tie that you have around bread. I think you use it to tie garbage containers, garbage bags. Do you have a name for it in the
Yeah.
UK, Harrison?
Yeah. No. There is, but I don't know what they call it. I forget.
It's one of these flexible thing. I'm sure you guys know what this is. I'm sure you have them too, right? Around your bread and
Yeah,
your garbage
yeah.
bags, little plasticky thing. Essentially, what this is actually I found one that is metallic. I don't know if you can see that, but it's on the inside. It has a metallic core and is coated by very, very thin plastic, and is just flimsy enough to the point where I can curve it and concave it into any shape I want it to be in, and it will stay in that shape. So what I've done is I flattened it out, which I just undid by showing you the fact that it's flexible. So I'm going to try to flatten it out once again. And I took the tip, which normally would be a bit sharp, but I bent it down on
Just the
itself.
tip.
So there we go. That's the tip, which I bent down on itself, just a millimeter, half a millimeter. So you have a blunt end, not necessarily a sharp one. But if you give it a slight curve, ever so slightly, you can
Oh, sorry,
actually
we didn't
use
introduce this segment. This is how to destroy your nose from the inside. I told you I'd teach you how to destroy your nose. This is the tutorial.
something like this. But essentially, if you just this is a bit difficult to do because of the fact that I normally do this in front of a mirror, but right now I'm looking
So I'm
at
losing
the
track. Is this a
stream.
tutorial or is this a demonstration?
No, this is no way, shape, or form a tutorial. We are not. We are. I don't know if I made this clear or not, and I think you did. We do not encourage you to attempt this. In fact, we are stating, do not try this at home. Do not attempt this at home. We are professionals. We have done this for a very long time. We
If
know
you
what we're
truly
doing.
want to learn, take a magic lesson with us and we will teach you. But we can't teach you in this a limited amount of time as it takes a long time.
That's true. Uh, you essentially, in order to learn this and to perform this correctly, you do need a master to learn under. You should be an apprentice to somebody who knows how to do this. That's how it's been taught for generations. Don't try this on your own. And hey, we could teach you. We offer. What was the deal again, Harrison? You know better than I do.
The deal is either if you
The call.
purchase our DVD, we give you a 30-minute coaching call, or if you want an individual magic lesson, it's about $100 an hour. But what I'll be willing to do for you is do $100 for an hour and a half. I'm going to give you an extra half an hour free if you use the promo code Friday. We'll have that until sometime until the next stream. We'll have that till, so you got some time.
We have our first comment on the stream, which is interesting. It's by a user named Kim Jung Kim, And he writes Mongol.
What? Awesome. Thanks for your comment. So if you are enjoying the stream, make sure you add yourself to the Facebook group at Magician Friday. Just search for that in Facebook. Add yourself to the group. So you can find out when we're next going to stream. Thank you, Mr.
I'm still
Kim.
trying to figure out if this is even English. He has a profile picture of what looks like Kim Jong-un.
I think it's a
Except his-
parody account.
It's got to be.
But I don't know what
I mean-
Mongoon means. I hope it's not a swear word.
Well, it's
Maybe Google translates it for us.
sure. Let's do that. So let's go to Google Translate.
So anyway, I'm
We
just
will-
going to tell you a bit more while he does that, just about the different packages that we offer again. So if you do want to learn this, we either recommend you purchasing the DVD. We can probably show you the basics within half an hour, but really to fully understand this, you are going to probably need to understand it a little bit better. So there are full packages available on my website, harrisonhorton.com. If you go /magic-training, those are all the training packages that we offer. 1 hour and a half, as I said, will cost you $100. That's about £60. Might be about £70 about now. If you want 2 hours, we'll do that for $100. And if you look on the site, I believe £500 gets you around about 7 training sessions or something like that. And I think that'd be the best package for you at the time, because it's going to allow you to learn everything from us. We're not just going to teach you about the human blockhead. We can teach you about cards. I can teach you about how I get gigs, how I get bookings, how I make a ton of money doing magic, how I'm going to make over 6 figures this year, which most people at 17 or 18 years old aren't even going to get close to doing. And I will teach you all, all the advice that I implement to do that. Most of it from the Magician installation system, as well as, teaching you how to deal with crowds, how to perform to people, how to approach people, and how to get more confident. If you are interested in that, you can either give me a call, the number's on the website, or just contact any of us through any of our social medias, and I'll get you right hooked up on that as soon as possible. Or just buy the DVD. It's a lot. It's only going to cost you £5 right now, and you're going to get a 30-minute call with us instantly. That's not going to be forever. That's a limited time offer. So if you're watching this now, the offer should still be in place, but you need to check the website for all details. It will always be offered with physical copies of the DVD, though, if you can find the hidden menu.
Okay. So now that we're back to I don't remember what I was doing. Right. So I looked it up real quick. Apparently, Mongol is Dutch and it means Mongol. So that doesn't help me in any way, shape, or form.
Sounds like
we're not Mongolian.
Okay, I'm confused.
So am I.
Anyway, so add yourself to the group if you want to learn. Okay, could you put a screwdriver in your nose?
That might be next episode, perhaps.
I got a screwdriver. How to destroy your other nasal cavity. You destroyed the left, now destroy the right. Don't try anything that we tell you not to try at home. It's not safe for you to do. We don't endorse or support it, neither does the Delusionist Group or Harrison Horton Productions in any way at all. And we're not going to be responsible for any deaths, damage that you do to any nasal cavities or any hospital visits that may incur, or any other nasal cavity or any other cavity that you may push objects into.
I actually have a story that goes with that, but I'm not going to say it now. I'm going to save it for a better time. But thank you for your comment, Kim Jong Kim. Thank you for your comment.
Thank you, Mr. King.
Thanks for joining us.
Welcome. If you are enjoying it, please do share the stream with others, because that's the only way we're going to grow, and that's the real way that you can help us. That's not going to cost you anything.
When you do the human blockhead, you breathe so much better. I'm not joking. It clears your sinuses.
It's the other way of taking What do they call it? I don't know the nice way of calling it. The way of relieving your bowels, but with your nose.
Is there actually a term for that?
Probably.
Blowing your nose, essentially.
Yeah. I was trying to use a metaphor, but I don't know what metaphor would be appropriate.
You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna Google synonyms
Maybe it's a her insult.
for. Wait, what? Mongol?
Maybe that's what Mong means. Mong means. Maybe it's a her insult. I don't
It
know.
might be.
Google it. Maybe it has images.
First, we're gonna find synonyms for blowing nose.
We should just have a show called the Google Hour,
The Google.
where we just Google stuff.
So apparently, blowing your nose has the synonym blast, breathe, exhale, fan, pant, puff, waft, flow, rush, stream, whirl, bear, buffet, drive, fling, flutter, sweep, waft again, whirl, whisk. Oh,
Just give me a
blare.
second. I'm gonna blast my nose real quick. Just blasted it up. I like blasting your nose. That's how I'm gonna say it now. When people correct me, I'll say no. It's the official way of saying it.
It almost sounds like you're blowing the horn on a ship,
Yeah.
blasting your nose. You hear the SpongeBob brrr.
Or I'm just gonna flutter my nose real quick. What was the other one? D. There was one with D. I forgot.
Yeah. Don't mind me. I'll just blare my nose for a moment.
Blur. All right. That's enough nose synonyms for now.
Gust. Puff. Puff my nose. Sounds like you're gonna punch it. Okay, so what were we doing again? Okay,
You got
yeah,
sidetracked looking at Google. Oh, did you not do it yet? All this teasing, Dan. Don't try this at home. This is extremely deadly and dangerous.
Not sure if you could tell. This one actually made me tear a bit. I keep getting it like. So actually, this is a great way to tell how much you're able to like fit in your nose.
Because the more you can fit, the more bent it'll be.
I should combine Tears of Blood with this. Anyway, no, not the fact that it's bent, but the fact that when you grab it and pull it out, this amount was in the nose. So this is the amount that fits in my nose.
Okay. What you need to do, you need to have like a tape measure so it's got numbers on it. So you can tell exactly how much you can actually fit in. So if you can fit 10 inches in your nose, you can say that and it might be a good technique to use.
I think the term "I can fit 10 inches" is about to have a new definition to it. That's none of my business. You heard it here first. Remember that.
Moving on.
Yes, move. Let's please, please move on. So I
Wonderful,
think
so.
so I think we were going to tell the audience something about vanishing cards or something of that
Yes, I was
sort.
just getting to that. So before we can vanish a card, we do need to make a card appear. So the secret to this move, I'm going to show you the behind the scenes angle now. It looks like this. You take a card and you just basically make it vanish and reappear. I'm going to show you from the other side. So do you see the card here? It's going to vanish, watch. That's basically what's happened. So what's happening is I hold the card. I'll show you from the reverse angle so you can see better, like this. Okay. So you take the card. Can you see? And what I'm doing is holding the card, and then my index finger is just going to push so it goes like that. So for the next 5 minutes, just practice this. So you take it like that. Take it. Practice that until you got it down. Hold it there. Just put your thumb. And you can see from the front, you won't see anything. It's only from this side here when you're going to actually see the exposed angle, and the card will be visible. So your angles are pretty good on this. All the way from the front, they won't be able to see the card. The only time you'll see the card is from the behind angle. But if you've got your hand on a table, they're not going to see it at all, really. And that's sort of the angles. You just want to hold your thumb like that and just have it there. So I'll show you. You have your card here. Index finger pushes. So you got your thumb on it here like that. Hide it. When you want to reproduce it, you put your 2 fingers. They go in, push out, and grab like that, okay? So you take it, in, push out, and grab and show. Next week I'm going to teach you how to make a card vanish in a cooler way like this, and how to produce it. I might teach you that if I'm in a good mood. Is there anything you'd like to add to that at all, Dan?
Not currently. I like the back design of the card you just held in front of the camera, whatever that was.
Yeah, these are, if you look now, these are, I reviewed them on the show a while ago, tragic royalties. They're the ones with the really unusual, sad and happy faces. Let me grab one real quick for you. So for example, this is the Queen. She looks like she's constipated. Hang on. Can you see her? There you go. Let's just focusing on her face, a beautiful face. It's hard to see because I can't see my camera. There we go. It keeps moving. There you go. Really nice cards. I'm sure Dan just got a gig inquiry right there.
Most likely.
Most likely, if not definitely. So that concludes this week's tutorial. I know it was a quick one, but it doesn't really require a lot of explanation for you to learn the secrets. Just start using and performing this beautiful vanish right now. Just go up to someone and say, "What's that behind your ear?" "It's my business card." Or, "If I can make this card vanish, would you be impressed?" "Gone. Now pay me." Or, "If I can make this card vanish, you got to buy me a drink." Gone. And if you like that, learn the next step and just take it. This is what we're going to teach you on more advanced programs, where you can literally just turn it into nothing. But that, I have to say, because that's one of my big secrets.
Awesome.
So I hope you guys liked it.
I know I certainly did.
Awesome. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Hopefully that gives the viewers incentive. So, I mean, seriously, the closest we've gotten to anybody winning this Roast Daniel Grimm contest is this weird comment that we can't interpret from some individual named Kim Jong Kim, which I'm pretty sure we've never seen on the stream before.
I'm curious how he found it. Yo, type to us how you found it. If you found it, I'm gonna send you something. Type out. I'm gonna send you some like free trick or something that I offer for my customers. How you found us? Like, what did you search to find us? And I'll give you something for free, Mr. Kim. I'll give you access to like a link or something, some trick. Because I'm really genuinely curious how you found us. I thought it'd be quite
Can you
difficult to
imagine?
find a connection in North Korea.
Meanwhile, in North Korea, Kim Jong-un on his computer. Ooh, magical live stream. Cool. Must watch and comment. He's like, add that to a list of things that we block from our population internet services. Sorry, North Koreans, you can't watch us. I mean, you gotta talk to your leader about that. Not much we can do. Sorry.
Yeah. Hopefully you're in South Korea, and no, because YouTube's already banned in North Korea. So unless they're using some kind of proxy service, I don't know. I just hope that guy don't get put in prison for watching.
I can imagine North Koreans using Tor browser.
Mm-hmm.
You know
At
what the
one
Tor
point, I
browser
don't
is?
even think they had internet. No, Dan, I don't know what the Tor browser is. I've never heard of it in my life. And I've
Many people
certainly never
haven't.
gone on the dark web in time in my life. No, I generally
Okay.
haven't. It's just something I haven't done. I don't even have Tor.
Understandable.
My Firefox will do.
Or Chrome, if you're me.
Nah, I don't like Google handling my information. I don't trust them.
Google pretty much already already has a monopoly over everything in the world. Google phones,
Precisely.
Google emails, Google accounts, Google cars. Everything is pretty much Google. Hell, our glasses. Google Glasses. Come on. Our video
Google
games.
Glasses was a flop, and you knew it.
Speaking of, I actually haven't heard
As for
anything
Google
about Google
phones,
Glass.
do you own a Google phone, or do you own an Apple phone? You own an Apple phone. You own an Apple
Nope.
iPad. That's
Google.
a Samsung. That ain't a Google.
I have to prove it to you. Okay. Essentially, the phone runs on a Google account. So,
It runs on Android.
you know how iTunes has the iCloud? We have the Google Cloud. The whole phone operates on Google. Our contacts are Google contacts. Our
Cool.
cloud is Google Cloud, like I mentioned
I
a few
still don't
seconds
like
ago.
Chrome. I prefer Firefox because they're getting rid of Flash.
Oh, that's cool.
It's not for some people's websites who don't have Flash. They're destroyed.
Wait, you're saying that they will eliminate support for Flash, or they will eliminate
Yes.
the need for Flash? Because if it
Eliminate
eliminates the need for
support.
Flash altogether, that's cool. But if it eliminates
Eliminate the
support for Flash,
support.
that's stupid. Why is that good about Firefox then?
No, Chrome is eliminating the need, and they're eliminating the support for Firefox. No, for Flash in Chrome.
Oh, how's that gonna work?
So, if a website already has Flash, at the moment it will prefer using HTML5. If it doesn't have Flash, it will warn you, like if you're visiting a phishing site, that this website uses Flash, you are right to continue, and then eventually by December they're going to stop supporting it entirely. So good luck with that, particularly playing Flash games, because we all know there's no alternative. It's like they're going to start removing Java next.
I see.
Or JavaScript, that'd be good. That way I don't get any of those annoying pop-ups.
Yeah, it's kind of a little annoying that Chrome is already disabling, what do you call it, the extensions, Chrome extensions.
Yeah,
I used
that's
to have,
another reason. I like the extensions. This is why Firefox is the best way. You just proved to me. One, you're going to lose Flash. Two, you're losing extensions. I use extensions. No more ad block. What do you think about that?
Adblock still works on my Chrome somehow. Everything else doesn't.
What if your computer crashes? You have to reinstall it. No more Adblock. I can't imagine life without Adblock. Maybe you could do right with Chromium. So yeah, that's enough of talking about Google, I guess.
I guess.
We can save it for the Google search hour. No popcorn left?
Well, I mean, I already finished the first bowl.
So get your second.
Fine.
So have you? I know Daniel doesn't watch the Olympics because America's just been destroyed by the UK as usual. But for all those people watching, why are you eating so bigly? It's like you're going like. Why? Just eat, yeah, eat like that normally. Good. So
Where are your cookies? Get your cookies.
I've eaten them all. That looks like diarrhea, doesn't it?
Just like I finished my popcorn. See, we're in the same boat.
You made it vanish. Fantastic. Make it reappear. I bet you can't do that. By reaching off the screen and grabbing some popcorn just like someone else did in, for example, a recent video that you may have not watched. Anyway, as I was saying, so with the Olympics, anyone watching it, write in the comments. Let me know who you predict who's going to win. Anyone who predicts which country's going to win. I'm going to give you... What can I get? I don't know. A dead goldfish. Or... I don't know, what can I send them? A drenched pack of cards that are all stuck together because of water. Or a pack of cards that's just been signed by a bunch of people. Now, if you just tell me who's gonna win, and if you win and predict correctly which country wins overall, I'll send you some. I don't know what I'll give you. I'll just give you some junk. Just a bit like what's it called? Oh yeah, this show is brought to you by Loot Crate. Make sure you sign up for Loot Crate for the card month. I need to make my own Loot Crate service with like playing cards of Magic stuff. This show is brought to you by Magic Crate. Use promo code Friday at checkout to receive 20% off your next order. See the link below. Magic Crate. Sign up now. We won't send you drunk, I promise. It's actually the only one that's actually officially authorized by the Federation of Societies of Magic. The only one that's not authorized by them. Pardon?
I think Wizard Crate sounds a bit better than...
No, because then you get confused with all the geeks. Geeks will search Wizard Crate and they'll think it's some kind of statues or wands or tarot cards. Or some game.
Well, we didn't say fortune-telling crate, or... Well, actually, that's more of magic than it is wizardry.
This is what I mean.
So I think Wizard Crate even specifies it closer to our type of...
Yeah, but I think they're going to get a lot of non-matches.
We have the Wizard product review. It's not
the
Magician product review or the Magic product review.
But
the Wizard product review.
Would we not be stealing the Wizard product review from World Magic Shop? That's a question.
From World Magic Shop? So you want to use Magic instead? Because that's not stolen from the World Magic Shop?
No, World Magic Shop. It's like if I create a podcast called The Wizard Friday Review, that would be a complete rip-off. I feel like the same way with Wizard Crate, and I feel like with Wizard Crate I'm going to get loads of geeks thinking that they're going to, I don't know, get loads of wizard stuff, like little statues and things. They're going to sign up, and then when they find out, they just get Yeah, and then they just sign up and they get a pack of cards through their door. They're like, why the hell have I got a pack of cards, a, 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 a hollow thumb, um, a card that's the same on both sides, and two things that light up? You're going to get
And
very
balls.
confused.
Balls that are
Yeah,
bigger than average.
yes, and just a ton of balls. So yeah, I don't know about Wizard Crate, but we'll look into that, because if you would be interested in that kind of service, a magic mystery box where I go through all the stuff I have in my garage and give you the junk that I don't need. I'm only joking. We'll give you some real good stuff, valuable items. Let me know, and what I'm probably going to do, I'm going to experiment it within the next couple of weeks, see if it's something of interest to people, and I'm going to set it up. It's probably only going to be something like £20 or £10 a month, and you're going to get a box full of awesome magic. So look out for that real soon. If you are interested, at the end of the show, it's probably not on yet, but I'm going to put a website together. So harrisonhorton.com/wizard. harrisonhorton.com/wizard. If you are interested in the magic crate, where you're going to get at least something of £10 to £20 of value. We're not going to give you just junk, I promise. And you're also probably going to get some of our products as well. I'll tell you what, if you sign up for the link, right, what I'm going to do for you, this is only for you guys, this is a £20 value right here. If you sign up right now, whenever the link goes live, the early bird adopters are going to get my free Become a Magician DVD sent to them straight away the moment they order. You're going to get it instantly. That's going to be a digital link. You can watch that, and you don't have to wait till next month for your crate to arrive. So look forward to that. Moving on, this show is also brought to you by the popcorn provider. What's the popcorn? Who makes the popcorn?
And apparently by Chips Ahoy as well. Or if
No,
you're
it's
in the
not by Chips
UK,
Ahoy.
the Chip Ahoys.
No, I'm not actually eating Chip Ahoy. I'm eating some off-brand. It's cheaper.
The
Even though I can
bootlegged
afford
Chips
Chip
Ahoy.
Ahoy. Yeah, but even though I can afford it, it's just I don't like spending money. Keep it safe in the bank. Don't give it to the companies. Don't give it to the greedy Americans. Keep it for myself. I actually went to the factory where they make Chips Ahoy here. Where they make all the chocolate.
Sounds entertaining.
It was nice. It stunk though. You like chocolate, but when you smell it all the time, you come to hate it. Because whenever you taste that brand of chocolate, you taste what you smelt, which made that chocolate taste unique. That's all you can smell, and that's all you taste. So whatever makes Hershey's chocolate Hershey's, that's all I ever smelled in the factory. And now that's all I'd ever taste. I'd just taste the Hershey's part of it. Whilst if you try another brand of chocolate, you taste what makes that chocolate taste like that chocolate. The same sort of thing. So you start to hate the taste of chocolate, particularly when they give you a massive cup of it, melted, with popping candy or pop rocks in it, and then you put fudge and they put marshmallows. They just mix it all together, and you just have this melted, tempered chocolate which you just have to eat, and it's so sickly. It's like drinking chocolate. It's just something you shouldn't do.
It reminds me of that Grade A Under A video where somebody was actually eating deep fried butter. You just shouldn't do that.
No.
Yeah.
There's no way. I'm a health freak, and no. I'm fat as it is. I don't need to eat butter to get fatter. No. On the other hand, I would try a deep fried Mars bar, but not deep fried butter. That draws the line.
What about a deep fried Twinkie? I heard those were actually delicacies in Texas or somewhere in the South.
It's a delicacy in Texas for a reason. It's not a delicacy here. I've never had a Twinkie in my life, and I never want one to come into contact with me.
So wait, you don't have Hostess Foods in the UK?
What's that?
The company that makes various sweets and desserts such as Twinkies?
What other desserts do they make? Because I've never eaten a Twinkie. You can buy them here, but they're like £2. They're like really expensive. Because they're an
Okay
American
then,
staple.
let's look it up. Let's find out exactly what Hostess creates.
The Google hour.
Yep, this is the Google Hour. I'm telling you, this is not even Magician Friday anymore.
No.
This is some other late night show that we might as well make.
This is like
thing.
the after like the 10 o'clock show, which your children should not see.
Google updated its picture. It used to be a pineapple going in circles around a swing or something. Now it's what looks like two grapes having a fight against each other in ping pong.
Why have they
Table
changed
tennis.
it already?
I'm literally
Are they
watching.
changing it every 5 minutes now?
I don't know. I'm watching grapes playing ping pong with each other.
Like,
I'm done with.
Just search. Yeah, it's now 4 a.m. in the UK.
So I don't think there's a list of. Oh yeah, there's a products page. Okay, so here's a list of products created by Hostess. They create Twinkies, which is the most known.
Ugh.
They create
Ugh.
cupcakes. I don't know what that
That's
is.
a very generic term.
They create ding dongs.
The fuck are ding dongs?
I don't even know what this is. I'm
I
assuming
just
it's
want to
a
see a
devil
ding
dog.
dong, just to see what the fuck that thing looks like. A ding dong.
I'm afraid to Google it. I am afraid to Google the term because I don't want to. Okay, so apparently a ding dong by Hostess is like an Oreo-looking thing. It's like a
So it's an
chocolate
Oreo
circle
rip-off.
with cream inside.
So it's an
It's
Oreo
not-
rip-off.
It's not a cookie though. It's
It's
this round pastry. It's a chocolate round
Pastry?
pastry. Yeah,
so it's a double crown. It's a crown pastry.
it's
what
like
it
a
is. It's
miniature cake. It's like a little tiny itty bitty cake.
Yeah, but it's pastry.
Yeah,
In the UK, you get savoury pastry. You can get a pasty, which has meat in.
it looks good actually. The cream looks nice. Because
Good,
Hostess cream.
I don't like sweet pastry. It doesn't taste good. It's not got the crunch of a cookie.
Oh, also apparently a cupcake is very similar. The only difference is it's in the shape of a cupcake. That's the only difference.
I thought a cupcake is actually a cake. It's very misleading.
So apparently they also have zingers. Just before I continue, I hope you know I don't know any of these products. I don't recognize any of these. If I do, I'll let you know. But
These sound like the things that I find in the fucking dollar store.
so there's zingers, there's Suzios, there's mini muffins, which I thought was a generic term. Also, it just oh my god, they have a food called the ho ho. Who comes up with these names?
Alright, I'm losing the will to live with this company, and I know I'm never eating anything that this company makes in my entire life.
I can't make this up. I kid you not. They have Twinkies, ding dongs, and ho-hos.
I'm not touching any with a 3-foot barge pole.
Who came up with these things? So the next product on the list is a snowball, but it's not. It's missing the W. It's SNO.
I've heard of snowballs. We have snowballs over here. It's like chocolate, and then it's like marshmallow, and it's got a biscuit at the bottom, and it's got jam in the middle.
Yeah, it's like coconut flaking
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, we have snowballs.
Yeah. So that's the one thing you have, I guess.
Yeah, but I
Besides
think they have a different
expensive
name.
Twinkies. So then there is Donut,
They're just ripping off
D-O-N-E-T-T-S.
anything from donuts to I don't know, even Oreos.
I feel stupid. Yeah, I think that's a different spelling of donuts.
It is cupcakes, donuts. Next, they'll be ripping off my favourite cookies.
Then the next product on the list, fruit pie. I kid you not. I can't make this up. Fruit pie.
Does it even have any fruit in it?
I don't know.
Does it just pour sugar?
The next product will be just chicken. Like,
Chicken pot pie.
oh, and then after that, sugar. Next product is sugar. Okay,
Chicken
so the next
sugar
product,
surprise.
and then the dodo. The next food.
Dodo.
Okay, so the next actual product that they sell is called Jumbo Honey Bun.
Honey bun.
A Jumbo Honey Bun.
These names are so suggestive.
Okay. Wow.
What?
Okay. So we're down to the last two. The next
Oh.
one is coffee cakes, which sounds good actually. I
How
don't know
many do I
what it is,
get?
but it sounds good. Let's find out. Coffee
Because if I only get
cakes.
one, that would be extremely misleading. Because it makes it sound like I get more than one.
Okay, so coffee cakes. There are 10 wrapped coffee cakes in a box of Hostess coffee cake box. You get 10 in a box.
That's decent.
And the final product is cinnamon roll.
That's a rip-off of cinnamon bun.
So you got Twinkies, cupcakes, ding dongs, zingers, Suzy O, mini muffins, ho-hos, snowballs,
Yeah.
donuts, fruit pie, jumbo honey bun, coffee cake, and cinnamon roll.
I'm going to avoid any of those.
I can't say it with a straight
We
face.
do. I think we have some funny products in the UK. I had one in my head, but I've lost the name of it.
I just got popcorn. That's all I care about.
Yeah. Yeah, we have popcorn. A lot of our stuff we can't, like, I read the labels from US products and I can't tell anything that's in it. All the UK ones we have to literally say every ingredient that's in it for one, and any artificial flavourings are not, you have to say that they're in, and a lot of the time you're not allowed them in. So they'll have natural flavouring, but not actually the natural flavouring that you have to be actually natural flavours from plants and stuff. And then you have to, if there's high fructose syrup, they have to tell you. And a lot of our products don't have that sort of stuff in, but I know I will never eat anything from Hostess, nor will I visit any of their restaurants in the future. It sounds like
They have
total.
restaurants?
Well, I don't know. Hotels?
I didn't even know they have
Hostess?
restaurants.
I just made that up probably. I won't
Imagine
be
they do.
eating any products. If I was, it was either die or eat Twinkies to survive, I will die. I got locked in a Twinkie factory. Everyone was dead apart. Everyone else was locked out, or everyone became zombies. It's Twinkies, and there's me. I will rather die than eat Twinkies.
You gotta at least try one. They're actually not bad.
But they're not good.
Well, not good in the nutritious sense, yes.
You said they're not bad, but they're not great. They're
They
not
don't
good. I only want to fuel myself with goodness, not bad or average.
Well, keep in mind, it's either that or death.
Yeah, in that circumstance, I might try one. Maybe just one a week. It might just cover me till death. If not, just eat all the ingredients that go into Twinkies before they process it into the fuel crap of diarrhea pain. I don't know why there aren't chocolate-coated Twinkies yet. They look like the perfect turd.
Well, like I said, they created deep-fried Twinkies in Texas. It's
No,
apparently a thing.
I wouldn't eat a Twinkie, and I wouldn't eat it deep fried. In the UK, we do also have some strange delicacies. Have you heard of haggis?
Sounds like a potato dish.
No, it's quite the opposite. Imagine every meat combined, such as heart, liver, kidney, all mixed up into a dish with oats and some other ingredients, which is then cooked. Oh no, I forgot. It's all put inside of a sheep's bladder.
See, now if you said if it were between that and death, I could understand choosing death. But when you put that beside a Twinkie,
I
I'm
never
not
said
so
that I liked it. It's not something I enjoy or want to eat. And then we have that's a Scottish tradition. And then there's eels. That's one of the things we used to eat in medieval times.
Eels?
Yes.
I've eaten sushi made out of eel all the time.
Mm.
You do eat sushi in the UK, right?
Yeah, it's quite popular in London. I don't eat a lot of it. I'm not a huge fan of sushi. Had sushi, it was not good.
You probably tried the wrong roll. What'd you try?
No, it wasn't salmon. Some other bullshit.
Start with the East roll. That's usually a good one to start people off on.
I do like Korean food though. Korean is very nice. Spicy, but it's not too hot, and it's Chinese as well, so it's like everything rolled into one.
Hmm.
It was very tasty because it was like fried chicken. Italian's one of my favourites to have. As I said, the carbonara, and delicious. It's one of my favourite dishes to prepare. Back to English delicacies. What else do we eat? So haggis is Scotland. Over here in the UK, we eat quite a lot of pies. I don't know if you know the story of Sweeney Todd at all.
Yes, I do.
That is based on a true story in London, and that's actually based on facts. So we used to eat pies made out of human flesh, even though people weren't aware of it. Luckily, I've never had to eat one yet. Nor will I hope to. There was a big scandal in the UK over people eating horse meat and not aware of it, so I've probably eaten some horse meat and not known. Because people said it was beef. They said it was beef, but it was actually horse meat. It's about the time of the show now where I'm going to review a product that I've been looking at for the past 2 weeks. That product has been an ongoing 3-day event, which costs at the moment at retail value $200. Go to harrisonhorton.com/Magic Master to get your hands on a copy right now. It's not going to be available at this second. If you're watching this in the future, assume that it will be active. Basically, what is the Magic Master Summit? The Magic Master Summit is a way of bringing together 30 of the greatest minds in Magic and getting them to talk to you about their business, about stories, about every topic that you can imagine. And basically lay it on a silver platter, have unlimited access to watch these as many times as you like. So it's got everyone from, Dan Sperry talking about character development, Sean Farquhar talking about how he creates he gets $5,000 a show extra from literally just selling DVDs, to Brad Ross talking about back of room sales, to among other people. It's ideally for people who are looking for marketing advice, business advice, but it also applies to any performer because it's got character development, stage show, taking your show to the next level, building an illusion show from nothing, the best illusions to buy it the first time, and what to avoid wasting your money on. This is like an overall go-to guide for magicians, and I highly recommend that you get it. I've not watched all the sessions yet because there's so many of them. I've not had a chance to sit through all the content, but the ones I've watched, I've truly learned a lot from. One of the actual talks was done by one guy who I've read a book of and I highly recommend, called Maximum Entertainment. It's all about taking your show to the next level and how important it is to script every moment of your show. He does this by comparing the greatest performers to the worst performers and comparing them to, what are the top traits of good performers and the top traits of bad performers. So, for example, you reference Penn and Teller. Penn and Teller have an act, that sort of stuff. We also talk about act development, so many different topics covered, even how to put on your own public show. So how you can start charging tickets, what ticket services to even use are actually covered in this, which is something that I wasn't expecting at all. And the services that were mentioned I've started using, developing websites, developing promotional material, creating your ick factor. Your ick factor is you. It's what makes you different from everyone else, how to make you stand out from the crowd and the rest of the market. Who else have I watched? Let's have a think. There's also ones about costuming, so what you should wear when you're on stage. Choreography, how to move yourself around the stage. Cruise ship magic, there's so many more, and they're all at least an hour long, and they're going to teach you all the secrets that they know about that particular topic. So if you want to take your magic to the next level, if you want to start learning and making a difference, click the link there. So it's harrisonhorton.com/magic master. Do you want to become a magic master? Are you happy being average? Take it to the next level, invest like I did, and you're not going to regret it. In terms of, implementation, it's a 7, because everything's laid out to you. It's all explained in easy action steps, how to go. Some sessions it does get a little bit crazy, and you might have to watch it multiple times. That's why it's not a 10, it's a 7. In terms of the magic trick value, I'm probably going to give it a 4 or a 5, because I'm going to be honest with you, there aren't a lot of tricks. There are some sessions, for example, with Chris Randall, where you are going to learn some magic, but it's not solely about magic. This is about developing your personality of magic, developing your character, taking your business to the next level so you can start earning 6 figures like I do, and many other magicians who've already got access and just got into the Master Summit. There's already hundreds of them. You should get in it now before they raise the price, basically. In terms of the quality, it's full HD. You can have unlimited access to it on demand. You can download them if you want. So in terms of that, that's a 10 because you can transfer it wherever you want. There's no restrictions in that sense. The quality of the content is a 9. It's absolutely fantastic. It's got everything you need. If I was going to ask, I'd like a couple more people who I personally, look up to, but it's not just magicians you got in there. You got people who are psychologists, business owners, marketers. Everyone in any sense that you need to take your business to the next level is there. Even video mapping, so how to use a free program or a pretty much next to nothing program so that you can take your show to the next level and structure everything. Gone are those days where you got people honking horns, where you got people unstructuring, not got the music cues right. That is something you'll never have to worry about as long as you do have a Mac. The only problem with that is there's a drawback in the software. You do have to have a Mac. I'd like if you showed a Windows alternative for people like me. But not only that, but you're going to get access to all the different contracts that they use, such as, business contracts. Just signing up for the email, you're going to get a non-disclosure agreement. You're going to get so many contracts that you're free to use. You get a guy, you get talked on everything that you can imagine. It's really good. I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about it forever, but I want to give you the rundown on it, if that makes sense to you right now. So if you've got some spare cash getting around, don't worry about the price. It is expensive, but of course you're going to pay the best to get the best information. Just ask yourself, when was the last time that you invested at least $200 in your own success? The most of the time it's never. You always spend time on the props, you always spend time on the tricks, but you never spend time developing the things that matter the most, the things that you're going to take it to the next level.
I'm rather impressed.
Yeah,
Made
so,
it
so
sound.
I'm sorry, can you still hear me?
I can still hear you. Your camera, however, just shut off just a minute ago. Just now. and I'm not sure if there's anything currently, but as of right now, I'm unable to hear anything. I'm going to assume this is another one of those Google Plus glitches. I've said it before, and I will say it again. Google Plus, get your things together. This is unacceptable. Okay then. So in the meantime, while Harrison is getting everything in order to return to the stream and continue, honestly, there's probably not going to be much left regardless due to the fact that we are streaming
Hello?
fairly late. Oh, okay. You got your
Yeah,
audio
yeah,
back?
I'm back. I'm sorry about that very, very short error. But as I'm saying, it's something you want to look into. It's something that you definitely want to take a look at. I mean, as I said, I got it at a little bit of a discounted rate than what you will be paying today, but I would easily spend at least £1,000, if not £2,000 for this information because there's so much content, there's so much valuable time. The only problem is you got to set the time through to sit down and watch it all. So what I'd recommend is just setting away a weekend just to watch it all one after the other because that's the only way you're going to really retain the information the most, and then watch the ones that appeal to you, as I say, the most. But there's a list of every one of the talks and everyone, and I believe soon they're going to be available on DVD as well. So if you want a physical copy, you can purchase those, or you can of course burn them yourself. The link is below harrisonhorton.com/Magic Master. Become a Magic Master today. You're not going to regret it.
Right. I think the last thing I was mentioning is that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
They're nice products.
What I was mentioning a little earlier is the fact that we are streaming a little late. I'm sure this is even much later for you as well, since you are in the UK with a completely different time zone.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems as though our...
I'm full of energy. I had a power nap
Oh
before
yeah,
we
I could
started.
totally see that. I definitely see what you're talking about. Definitely. Full of energy. Not tired whatsoever. Not the slightest. Yeah. Okay. No, really, how are you feeling?
Pardon?
I'm saying for real, how do you feel?
Awesome. I had a power nap before we started.
Ah, that explains it.
Yeah, so I
That
finished
explains it.
work because I did a late show. I was doing some business stuff, had a couple of meetings, came home at about 4ish, went to sleep, woke up at 8, then had some dinner, chilled for a bit, started the stream. So I'm feeling good. I power nap it
Cool.
sometimes because sometimes I work through the night, as you know. A lot of the time, I'm sort of an owl person. Although sometimes when I'm doing the early work, and at the minute I've been doing a lot of meetings earlier on in the day and a lot of stuff for my own personal business during the early morning. So it means I have to get up at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. most days. So I'll have to be getting into the normal routine of going to sleep at 10, which is quite unusual for me personally, because this is the time when I'm most productive. If I'm filming content a lot of the time, it will be at these hours. These are the hours that I'm productive at. These are the hours when I have that energy to want to do it rather than during the day. While people are sleeping, I'm making money.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. When it gets to around 6, that's when I start getting a little bit tired. There's nowhere near 6 yet.
Well, granted, it's around 11:30 currently in US time. Not many Americans would be watching right now due to the fact of the lateness, and I'm definitely sure that there are not many people in the UK currently watching as of now. I think we had some fun. We definitely got a lot accomplished on this episode, for sure. A lot more than I had expected initially to get done.
Really?
We reviewed a couple of products. We taught them how to make cards vanish, and we went over an amazing story, which I will not forget anytime soon. Really entertaining story, actually.
Yeah, make sure if you do make that as an individual thing, pass it to me because I want to put it inside of the Magician installation system for all those insiders who's got VIP access.
Definitely. I got you.
Awesome.
All right. So I guess I guess the winner of the roast Daniel Grimm contest is Kim Jung Kim.
Guy,
I don't know who
if
you
you
are.
want to claim it, yeah, you have to contact us unfortunately because I can't give you anything unless you know. You got to contact me. So give me a call on Facebook. You can speak with Dan if you can message either one of us. You have one. Just give me a call. Don't give me a call yet till we've arranged everything. Please don't call me up out of the blue at 4 in the morning. That would be kind of bad. But if you can just basically message either me or Dan, we can then find out what price you would want the most, depending on what you'd be interested in. We can either do the coaching call, or you can be on the show if you really want to be, and you've got a decent internet connection, because it could be bad if you are actually in North Korea. And of course, we can have you on the show, or you can have a copy of one of my products. Unfortunately, the Magician installation system is not an option. One, because it's not complete, and two, because I don't know. It's something that I want to give it you when it's completely ready. And at the minute, there's still some stuff missing that I need to film. I mean, in terms of the marketing content, that's all the business content. But I just want to give more of the insider beginner knowledge in terms of performing and performance tips. I need to record that stuff yet. But you can either have the Become a Magician DVD coaching call with me and Dan. We'll do an hour and a half, I think we said. An hour and a half, was that right? I think so.
I believe so.
I think so. Or you could have become Inside the Minor Managers on Dan, but that's not finished yet, but you get early access to it, basically just the interview. I think it's partly edited. We've still got some work to do on that because it's not going to release until, I believe, at least December or early next year. Or you could have Red or Black or any of the other products that are listed on the website. Thanks for entering the contest. You've got to contact me before next week in order to claim your prize. If you don't contact me, the prize will run through and the winner will be announced next week in next week's show, if that makes sense. You've got till next show, basically, to contact us.
So if you do happen to come upon this video again, or if you're still here, get on top of that. Contact us.
Yeah, get on top of that, man. Thank you, Mr. John. That's awesome. Well, I have been Harrison Horton. Don't forget, go to harrisonhorton.com/Magic Master if you want to accelerate your magic to the next level and join the VIPers, the hundreds of people who have already entered and started taking their magic to the next level, such as myself. And make sure you get the Become a Magician DVD too at harrisonhorton.com/DVD. That will actually help us out because we get all of that and we'll go and put that funds if you're enjoying the show. That's a great way to help us out. My name has been Harrison Horton.
And I've been Daniel Grimm.
Thank you very much for your time and enjoy your evening. Bye bye.
See you later.
Bye.